last hour just talking about performance. We've been critical of Scott Walker. We've been critical of a lot of people, Mike Huckabee. But Hillary Clinton's performance there was dismal, while Bernie Sanders is, in the words of Hank Williams, setting the woods on fire in these speeches across Virginia. She is reading notes every 3 words.
I don't know why we can't see the
while
crowd.
She's attacking Donald Trump. She can't draw these crowds right now.
When you watch that, my first reaction is, am I watching Hillary Clinton or am I watching the Saturday Night Live parody of Hillary Clinton on this? The performance level is beyond abysmal. It's horrendous, and it's completely out of step with the mood of the country right now. And so this campaign begins with her hopping into the Scooby van, remember that, and heading off to Iowa as Tribune of the People with a stop at Chipotle. And the conventional wisdom in Washington, D.C. is, wow, what a great tour. This is fantastic. What a great launch. No one is buying.
Nobody's buying it. And the thing is, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, I like her personally. It's hard to say, but this is... And somebody said around the set, I will not reveal the source. We're getting into Rick Perry 2012 territory right now. When you have attacks where she's having, it wasn't Mika. Mika's still hoping she can vote for Hillary. And a lot of Democrats are bummed out. But Karen, it is stunning that women who want to vote for Hillary Clinton are now moving away. How much of that is waiting for Joe Biden?
Again, that has completely unsettled the race. But there are a number of factors at work. It's not so much that they see anything within the email controversy that is illegal or disqualifying, but what it does is it reminds them, a number of them told me, of just all the drama of the 90s, and we don't want to go back to this. But I also talked to younger women, and they are actually taking a look at her policies versus Bernie Sanders. One woman was worrying about sending her daughter to college, and she said, he'd give her free tuition, and Hillary Clinton would save her $17 a month.
So, and you mentioned the 90s. It also just feels like the approach to the campaign is 90-esque, as if everyone's waiting to hear from her.
She and Jeb.
Everyone's watching everybody.
That's not fair. I mean, she's campaigning in a bubble with the ropes around her. Jeb is not. I mean, we don't see it, and that is their fault. But he is not campaigning like the 90s.
No. But when I see Jeb Bush at a political event, it's out of the 90s. I'm sorry, Scott Walker is too.
90s.
Scott Walker is too. Marco Rubio is too.
It just can't.
They're playing another game that Trump and Bernie
just
Sanders.
Took the board.
But I think Hillary is speaking like it's still 1990. She's talking about a vast right-wing conspiracy when it's Obama's State Department and Obama's Justice Department looking for her emails. I think there's a difference.
One person who's really standing out and making waves is Carly Fiorina, responding to Donald Trump's recent comments calling her unpresidential. And she talked about what he said in the Rolling Stone magazine article, saying, look at that face, would anyone vote for that? Yesterday, her campaign responded to his comments about women with this ad.
Ladies, look at this face. And look at all of your faces. The face of leadership. The face of leadership in our party, the party of women's suffrage. 61-year-old woman, I am proud of every year and every wrinkle.
Oh my gosh, that would be how you do it.
I got chills.
That would be how you do it.
I got chills. That's how you do it, Willie.
We've been saying for months, she's proved us right at the first debate. She's proved us right again here with this ad. She's running a great campaign. We should point out that's actually from a super PAC, not directly from her campaign. But that's how you turn a moment like that, and without making a cheap attack back at Donald Trump, turn it into something like that ad we see right there. Mark Halpern, where is Carly Fiorina in this race right now? Obviously, she got that little boost coming out of Cleveland. Where does she fit in here?
Well, she's gotten a little boost, and she still needs her fundraising on both the super PAC side and the campaign side to step up. Beating Trump now means winning a state. One of the first 4. I don't think the party can stop him if he wins 3 of the first 4 or even 2 of the first 4. And so there needs to be someone who steps up and wins a state. And that's why John Kasich, I think, at this point is maybe the strongest position to stop Trump. Where can Carly Fiorina win? Where can she even defy expectations? Right now, if you look Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, she's moved up in all those places, but she's not in a position to overtake Carson or Trump. And that's really the table stakes now to be considered someone who can become the nominee.
I'll tell you what, I was in New Hampshire this weekend. I went to 3 events. Carly and Kasich really stood out. Both of them stood out. Both of them had a positive message, and both of them connected, Steve, with the crowd.
Wow.
I think one of the things when you look inside these polls, we clearly have 2 brackets now. We have the outsider bracket. You have to put Cruz in it as the elected anti-establishmentarian. And those numbers in that anti-establishment bracket are much larger than the establishment candidates, Bush, Kasich, Rubio, Christie, by 20 points or so. Carly Fiorina can trade back and forth between these 2 brackets, and she may be the only candidate in the race who has the ability to do so. When you look at her right now, I'm not sure she's on a trajectory to be the nominee. She could certainly, though, wind up being on the ticket.